Hi, welcome to Growing Dreams Homestead. I'm Dana and I am homesteading on 10 acres in Indiana with my family, and we are growing a lot of our own food and raising animals for eggs and meat. We have chickens and pigs, and we just got a couple baby turkeys, so that is an exciting new addition to the homestead. They're doing really good. They are in the little coop, and they have two little chicken friends in there with them, so that's really cool. So it got really hot today, got up to like 90, and we are expecting a week of really warm temperatures and no rain. So right now I do have the sprinkler going in the garden. I've already ran the drip in the greenhouse, and after I get done with the garden, I will turn on the drip in the front flower beds and water all my pots and things up there. So just trying to keep everything hydrated in this heat to get us through, and hopefully we'll get some rain and after this 10-day forecast of heat rolls through. I thought it would be a good time, since I am in the shade now, it's early evening, to start pulling my garlic because it is ready. So I thought I would bring y'all along and we would harvest some garlic. So here is my garlic bed. It is a raised bed in front of my garden, and there is like a plastic fencing kind of stuff I put over it, and that just helps keep the chickens from scratching it up when they escape, because sometimes they do, and that's why there's like a big empty spot right here, because that happened over the winter. So that just tries to help keep them out. So I'm going to need to pull that off, and then we can start harvesting garlic and then getting all these weeds out of here too. Alright, so I planted this garlic in October, and it has been in the garden ever since then, in this bed. And a couple weeks ago I pulled scapes, which is the little curly Q that it kind of grows out of the middle, which is essentially the flower stalk, which would make seeds if you left it, but I pull those so the garlic puts energy into making the bulbs bigger. And now that the outer leaves are starting to die back, I know it is ready to harvest. Alright, harvesting garlic is pretty simple. You're just going to pull your garlic stalk up. This dirt is pretty loose, so I can just kind of reach down and grab and pull up. You see there's my garlic, and then you can peel this lower level, and hopefully it will take off that dirty outside part, and you'll have a nice clean bulb. It's not wanting to do it for me. Let's take this one. There we go. So get that off, and then that leaves the protective coating that will dry out and become papery around my cloves. So this will need a cure for a couple weeks so it can dry out. So here is my garlic. Now some of it didn't get very big, and that's okay. The smaller ones we can dry and make garlic powder, and then the bigger ones we can dry and leave whole for use in dinner throughout the season. So I'm going to get these cleaned up and get them ready to start drying out. So here is my garlic all cleaned up and my pile of scraps, and there's a couple in there that are just like so tiny they're not even worth peeling and curing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them over to the chickens, because garlic is good for us and it's good for our chickens too. Alright, so now I'm going to haul my garlic down to the greenhouse, and I will show you how I'm going to cure it so that it can get all dried out and ready for storage. So it is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to my dad, Steve, who is a wonderful dad, and my husband, Brian, who is a wonderful husband and father to our 4 kids, and soon to be a great papa. I know he's gonna do great at that job. So happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Hope you had a great day. Alright, down in the greenhouse I have this, it's just a wooden frame with some chicken wire on top that allows ventilation so that they can dry, and I'm just going to lay my garlic on here. I'm going to leave all the greens attached and the roots. I'll come back through and cut these off here probably tomorrow, give them a little time to dry out a little bit. But I'm just going to start laying my garlic out on here. So the heat will definitely come in handy this week to start curing my garlic. So that's one good thing about this heat wave, is it'll get this drying out fairly quickly, so that'll be good. So here's my garlic all laid out on my little drying box that I've made. It's real simple. You don't have to have one of these. You can hang them on a fence or anywhere to dry. The biggest thing is you want to keep them dry during this process. So if they're outside and it rains, yeah, you don't want them getting wet. That's why I really like having my greenhouse. I dry them in here and my onions. Thanks for hanging out with me while I harvested garlic today. If you've never grown garlic before, it is very simple. You just put it in the ground in the fall and forget about it until June-ish. And if you're growing hardneck, you'll get those lovely scapes. If you're growing softneck, you don't need to worry about that, but you'll pull those scapes and then you'll have a couple weeks before your garlic is ready to harvest. Scapes are awesome addition because you can also use those. You can throw them in the food processor with some olive oil and then put that on a steak, and it is lovely, I promise. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you're staying cool. Try to work in the early morning or late in the evening and make sure you're keeping everything watered while we're having this heat wave. I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.